So, hey there. It's Thursday now. I've been back from ShemFest since Monday night, back from Birmingham. I have to say I enjoyed it a great deal. You probably already saw Kate's video. I'm currently rendering the video of Mark's video panel that we had there. I wanted to do Mercedes video panel too. Unfortunately, at first I arrived too late to record the beginning. Then I had to switch batteries halfway through, and then my SD card was full. So I have by no means enough to do the entire talk, so I'm just gonna let it out completely. Another video that I currently have in the works is a sort of snippet video, which is just a few minutes short, where I show the sort of how it felt to be at ShemFest, what we did, where we went, the atmosphere in the venue, all that stuff. And after that I think I'll be done with ShemFest videos for now. But I wanted to do this for two reasons actually. Initially I wanted to do for only one reason. It's not just a ShemFest closure video. It's also because the amazing Kate Russell has actually asked us to help out with a convention called Fantasticon, which is in the middle of November and which last year has been really, really great. It takes place in Hull, Kingston, up on the Hull, I don't know the exact name. It's called Hull. And it seems to be a pretty decent con. It has lots of creators, artists, authors, all interacting with the community. It has panels on journalism, it has panels on science fiction, on media, on gaming, on fantasy. It has a cosplay competition, and the problem is that its Kickstarter goal is £8,000 and it runs out in 3 days and it still needs £2,000. So if you want to help out the community, or if you even want to be part of the community and take part in this convention mid of November, you can secure yourself a ticket still. So head over there and donate, because I think these conventions are important, especially the smaller ones, because they kind of break up the generators, the persistent power structure, if you would excuse my social sciences terminology. And these help. And since we are already talking about persistent power structures, let's talk about the YouTube thing. And you all know what I mean. The YouTube thing is that YouTube changed their conditions when monetizing videos, going into the direction that you can no longer monetize them if you have not 100% kid-friendly content. Of course for some weird reason they don't use kid-friendly, they use advertiser-friendly, because apparently advertisers can't handle it if there is vulgar language or themes of violence in videos that they put their name on. They put their name on a lot of shit, namely their own manufacturing plants, but they don't put their name on like, oh, a gun is in that video, let's unmonetize it. No, fuck that. And worst of all, the monetization rules use this really vague wording, especially in terms of like, you're not allowed to talk about stuff like political conflicts and disasters and controversial topics. Well, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? Seriously, what is it supposed to mean? I mean, I know what they're gonna use it for. They're gonna use it for news, reporting on current events, on international multicultural circumstances, on stuff that's happening and that could mean a certain direction of political bias. And that's what's kind of pissing me off here, because this is, in my opinion, a sort of attempt to de-incentivize, not necessarily to block or censor people. I don't think it's hard censorship. It's not very hard censorship at all, but it is very directed. People who do both kind of like political things and who do like comedy things. I mean, just think about people like Chris Reagan. They're now going to be de-incentivized to do these because they kind of rely on their YouTube income. I don't rely on my YouTube income. I don't have YouTube income at all. So no, I'm not going to complain about that from a personal standpoint, but I am here on behalf of others, not because they asked me to, but because we are a sort of anonymous community. We need each other to a certain extent. And this is a very global community thing in my eyes. There will be alternatives, but I don't think there is a true alternative to YouTube yet. You would need to create the entire video hosting server infrastructure, search infrastructure, social media infrastructure. You would have to recreate all of that either in one go or as part of a decentralized a part of this decentralized network, like for example we already have with GNU Social. By the way, I'm on GNU Social. I'm on loadaverage.org as the Keen Gaze as well. I don't tweet there very often, mainly because there isn't an app that I'm using, but I am on there, and that is this kind of de-incentivization. I mean, think of people like who's doing that? Tomska, or Weeble of Weeble stuff. They're doing stuff that could technically fall under these rules, and I don't know if the enforcers, because any rule is only matters in any way if it's being enforced. I don't know if the enforcers will decide to enforce these rules upon harmless individuals, but it can hit them, and that's the problem. And it can be, as usually, bent and redefined because it doesn't have any hard definitions. It has this vague language, and that's the biggest problem. So I'm kind of pissed off by this. I'm kind of pissed off that people who will have to rely on this or who use this money that they get from this content will now be de-incentivized to do these. They will now, well, maybe gravitate more towards cat videos or Minecraft gameplay. And we all know that that's not the kind of content that the internet really needs right now. We need more. People may want to switch to Twitch now, but Twitch does similar shitty things. There are bigger alternatives to Twitch now. Twitch does not have that big a market force yet. Twitch is not the complete dominator of its niche. So yeah, those are my two songs. Apparently 8.5 minutes long. This is longer than I wanted to rant on. Yeah, I think I'm gonna finish enjoying this beautiful evening weather now, and then I'm gonna go back, see how Mark's video is doing, upload that, and then upload this. Probably unedited. I think that's a good shot. So, yeah. Till then, stay keen.